Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. Anyway, man. Hey, Daniel, thanks for joining us on the show, brother. It's awesome you can join us. I know you're just down the road that way. Or is it that way? I don't know which direction I'm at. But hey, man, thank you.
No, you're welcome, mate. I should have just popped over to your place and we could have just...
I know, right? We could have met up... Or the pub. We could have met at the pub and just done this.
Yeah. Might have got a bit of background noise, though.
Oh, man, I got the pub. That's all right. Bit of atmosphere. But, of course, man, we're less than a week away and we'll be seeing you at Supanova, the long-awaited return to Brisbane, which is everyone's really pumped about. Man, are you pumped to be up there again? Have you been to Supanova before?
I have, mate. I've been to the Gold Coast Supanova, but it was a while ago. It's probably going back 6 years that I went.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm a bit of a pop culture enthusiast myself. I haven't done the dress ups. I guess doing it for work so much.
Yeah.
I don't have the desire to get out and about in costumes. I sort of get that fix from my employment. But I'm really excited to go and meet I guess Mortal Kombat fans and just people in general. And it's quite funny because I myself, I don't get stopped in the street or anything. I'm, with my character, I was hidden under the mask. So quite hard to notice me as a character from a movie. So it'd be cool to meet those people who have that niche enjoyment of Kabal or whatever else I've done,
It's, man, especially those fans are rabid. Hey, they're nuts for it.
They do, yeah. Mortal Kombat's got some really enthusiastic fans, and it was quite I don't know if entertaining is the word, but interesting getting, I guess, the fan mail, or not necessarily mail, but now they just flick you a private message on Instagram, going from like being no one,
yeah.
And then I'm not saying I'm someone now, but you obviously people know what you've done and they enjoy that. So you're getting people that love your work, love your portrayal of Kabal, this and that, and it's pretty. I mean, it's cool. It's interesting. It's I guess humbling, and sometimes it's weird. They know too much, but you just got to embrace it and go with the ride. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah.
So of course, Kabal in the Mortal Kombat movie. You were all suited up, and it must have been such an absolute ride to just put that and embody that character, put the suit on and just get into it. How was that stepping into that role for you?
Mate, I was very, I counted myself very fortunate, and it was very exciting. I was pinching myself when I got the phone call from, it was actually the the second unit director that called me. He was a stunt coordinator that I'd worked for in the past. He called me and said, the director, he asked for my opinion on who I should cast as Kabal. It's mainly physicality and fighting. So, I'll sort of leave it up to you, to who you suggest. And, he called me and said, hey, do you want the role? And I was, you play it cool on the phone. Oh, yes, that sounds like a great opportunity. But inside, I was just like exploding. And it was a really cool experience, because before that I had, I'd done I'd done big films, and the one I did before that was Godzilla vs Kong, and had some pretty cool little stints and scenes in that. But I think with Mortal Kombat, knowing what it was and knowing the lore involved and the characters, it was pretty special to take on board a video game character.
Because I'm going to be honest, man, that he's one of my favorites. He was Mortal Kombat 3 when I had that on Super Nintendo. It was Sub-Zero, unmasked Sub-Zero, and Kabal with my guys. And I felt unstoppable. So I was waiting for the day that they'd come and bring him to the big screen, and I didn't think they'd do it so soon in the movie, and I was stoked because, you know, I grew up being such a big fan. Were you a fan of the franchise before, like video games and that character? And
not to be honest, I didn't know who Kabal was, but I was a fan. I played as a kid, and I played Mortal Kombat 3 as a kid. I think that was Kabal's first appearance, but I more favored like Johnny Cage or Liu Kang, ironically. But so I was a fan. I never had a console. My parents didn't buy a console for me as a kid. But my knowledge of Mortal Kombat was going around to my friend's house and, you know, button bashing with my friends. And I guess I lost a little bit of the story along the way. You know, I probably wasn't up to date through 9 and 10. But as soon as I found out I had the role, I immersed myself back into the lore and, you know, played the games and watched the cutscenes and learned the story. And I guess, became a fan again of the franchise.
Did you find yourself looking at the character and his movements, and what kind of things did you do to prep to take on Kabal? Or did you just want to do it from a clean slate?
No, I definitely took on, you know, the different iterations of Kabal. Because, you know, in some versions of him, he's quite serious and stoic. And then other versions, which I quite like, the Mortal Kombat 11 version of him, where he's a little bit more cheeky and cocky, maybe. I quite liked that. So, you know, I kind of tried to portray that in my body language. And it was nice that I got a few different scenes that I could really try and show things a little bit different. With my body language. And, you know, on the day I was there delivering the lines with the other actors, and ultimately they got Damon Herriman to do the voice of Kabal, which I thought he did a great job. And I was, you know, they came to me and said, well, what do you think? And I was, you know, originally Kabal never had any dialogue in the original script.
Okay.
So they were like, well, let's just get a stuntman who's done a bit of character work before and give him. So when, you know, and then as the filming went on, they're like, dude, I think it was they were just loving what Kabal was. So like, maybe we could give him this scene in that, you know, so that scene with Josh Lawson with Kano, where he sort of coaxes him over to the dark side again. That was sort of like a scene that was kind of thrown in sort of along the way. I think it was always there, but they weren't sure if it was going to be Kabal or someone else that was going to be talking to him. But I think it made sense for Kabal as they've got a past, they've got a history. So it was cool that they chose Kabal to be that person that, you know, brings him back over to the villains. So it's cool. Just, I guess back to what your question was, I wanted him to be scary, but I wanted him to be human, you know, so I wanted him to have a presence. It was, you know, You
did a good job, dude. You did a real
well, thanks, mate.
Yeah. As a fan of that character, I think, man, it was staunch. It was really staunch. But I can imagine, you know, you used to doing all kinds of crazy stunts and having that freedom, I guess, to move around. But being in that suit, did you find that it was really demanding physically, especially with the fight? Spoilers, but the fires and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
To tell you the truth, everything from the neck down was pretty good. I could because it was also like a fabric sort of costume. So, you know, it was a tactical vest, and I mean, tactical vests are made to be moved in, you know, so, you know, there was a little bit of baggage hanging off me and stuff, but nothing that really hindered me. The mask was tricky, you know, the glass in my lens would fog up as I was fighting, and the red lasers were practical and they were right.
Oh, wow.
Or they were impractical because they were right in front of my line of vision. So, and then I had no peripheral vision. So it was really hard trying to find that. I mean, it looked good. The mask looks great. So I guess that's the main thing, but I don't recommend it. But I like a challenge.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. As I said, you nailed it, especially knowing that stuff was practical and how hard that would be. Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you doing some more Mortal Kombat stuff in future, because I think they're going to do the sequel, right? They got to.
I hear that through the grapevine. I don't know anything about story or characters or anything, but I would love to be involved again, whether it's playing another masked person or coming back as Kabal, Revenant Kabal, who knows? I would, it's a lot of fun. To this day, it's been the most enjoyable production I've worked on. I loved, being down in Adelaide for a couple of months filming. So I would love to work on another Mortal Kombat movie, but we'll see what happens. That's if I don't, it's cool. I got my chance. I was on the original, or the original reboot.
Well, here's another thing: is you recently did. I don't know how much you can talk about it, but you just did the latest Thor. Is that right?
Yeah, I did the latest Thor. Yeah, worked on the stunt team.
How was that experience? I mean, because I know that Disney and Marvel have got things pretty heavily wrapped. Like if we go too much, like they'll knock on my door and
totally
drag me outside.
My room is probably chipped with microphones.
You see these little red dots.
Exactly on my forehead is suddenly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like those type of movies. There's like so much security, and you really. You don't know what you can say and what you can't say. You don't even know if you can say that you were on it. I mean, but no, it was a great learning experience. I've come away, I think, as a better performer and stuntman, and I guess that's all I'll say. Yeah, but it was really cool to work on a Marvel movie, and sort of be a part of that universe.
Absolutely.
In some way, shape, or form. So next I got to do a DC superhero movie, and then I should be able to sit back after that and go, all right, actually Star Wars. I want to do Star Wars too, so I got to do a Star Wars and a DC, and then that's my bucket list.
Really? Okay, so you're a big Star Wars dude?
Oh yeah, totally, mate. I've got a bunch of little figurines lined up on the TV behind me.
Yeah.
I've got a Mandalorian, and Star Wars is my one of my things. Everyone's got their things that they love, and for me, it's
I got some.
Nice. Yeah. So for me, it's Star Wars, and I really loved the Mandalorian. What they did with that, I thought they brought it back to a real simple themes, and it was really cool to sort of watch that, and I love that they're still going, creating more seasons, and I look forward to seeing the other sort of, not universes, but the other stories they're creating within that universe that we should be able to see, in the next coming years, and TV series and movies. Yeah,
man, I'm really looking forward to Book of Boba Fett. Couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, I'm digging. Like, I didn't know how I'd feel about like a Mandalorian-based TV show. How far can they go with that? But it was just so good, and I guess it's the fact that they're not invincible either. They're a little bit more easy to kill than a Jedi and or a Sith. And that it's going to be great. I've worked with Temuera Morrison before, and he's the man. He's such a normal dude. So I look forward to watching him in that.
Mate, you know what would be even better than that? You know what I was going to say?
No, dude, go on.
Jumping on the Mandalorian, like season 8, man. Hey,
find me up, man. Yeah,
dude. Someone's got to jump in some Sarlaccs and Don helmets.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, that's, and that's somewhere I wouldn't mind going. My career is specializing in monster movement or creature movement. It's pretty cool. It's fun what you can come up with. And
no, I'm talking about you being in one of the Mando suits, brother.
Well, hey, I'll
your
do
own
that
character.
Too. Well, sure. If they want to offer that to me, I'll sign me up. It's hard at the moment because like just with working overseas in general, it's you're pretty confined now. If you leave, you don't know if you're going to get back. And but you never know what the future holds, mate. You never know.
That's it. Well, I've got my fingers crossed for you, dude. But I did see your show reel, and there was a fight scene in Vinny's Dive, which I've played several times. That's popping up a lot lately in movies and stuff. Good on him. It's a rad venue. What was that for?
That was just for the comedian Frenchie. He's a comedian from Wollongong.
Yeah.
I don't know his real name. I know he's just known as Frenchie. And he was just promoting a new tour that he was doing. This was like right before COVID hit. So he was planning on doing this big Australian tour. And so he filmed that as a bit of a teaser for it. And then COVID hit, and obviously gigs got shut down and whatnot. So I don't think he ever got to go and do it. But it was cool that we got to film that. That was like, I think I did that just after we shot Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It
was fun. Vinny's is cool. It's a cool little spot there in Southport on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it's fun to play. It's real fun to play.
Yeah. You've played there, have you?
Yeah, several times. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's good fun.
They were great. They let us like, do whatever you want, crash the pool table, or like the guys flipping off the pool table. And mate, I have some of my funnest days on set on those little productions like that, because there's just not quite the stress involved with getting it right, and you've got a little bit more freedom. And usually the director, he lets you sort of do a little bit more of what you want to do, or what you feel for your character or whatever. So there's a fun couple of days on set shooting that.
That's awesome. What, before we touch up on how you worked at Movie World for a long time playing some of the characters there, how did that feel for you, donning those suits of those iconic, Batman and Superman, and having these kids come up to you and they don't see you, they see Batman, and seeing them light up and you just making their day, man? How was that for you?
It's great, mate. Yeah, I cherish those memories. And as far as like being the character, you just like, for me personally, I have a lot of integrity with the characters I'm getting the chance to play. You know what I mean? Like, you could jump in the Green Lantern costume or the Batman costume and just say, oh yeah, how you going? Come get a photo. But what some of the guests don't understand is like how serious I guess not serious, but you want to do right by Batman, or the creators who did it, and going, all right, we've got these people portraying it in these parts around the world. I want them to do the right thing by my character design. So you do take on a bit of that, and I know not everyone does, but I guess being a bit of a geek myself, and having read a lot of Batman comics and seen all the films and whatever, I sort of like prided myself in being able to take it seriously. And obviously being Batman, you got to be very serious. And a lot of people are like, crack a smile, and it's like, you're just like, seen, do you know much about the character? Like, it's like, sorry, I was up all night fighting crime. Coffee, but that was cool. Mate, Movie World for me was a really great learning, I guess learning ground or training ground. Because you play so many different characters, and they all have their different mannerisms or the different ways they walk and talk. Even doing things like the Halloween Fright Nights, playing Leatherface or Jason Voorhees, or just random characters that they've made up, and getting to choose your own sort of story of who these characters are. Doing that for years set me up for then going on to movies like Mortal Kombat.
Man, So that's so awesome.
Yeah, sorry, and I'm sorry I deviated a bit from the kids, and you said you wanted to go on to that, but
man, no, but I got what you were saying, how
yeah,
important it was, and you
so
have
exactly. So yeah, inside you're like, oh, I got this kid who comes up, and you're like, I want to be the best Batman I can be for this little kid. And so he walks away with that memory, going, that was amazing, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to go up to Batman and be like, "There's going, mate. Yeah, yeah, sick." You know, you're
until you're about 25 minutes into a meet and greet,
yeah,
and the costumes are starting to get really hot and really heavy, and you're like, just take the damn photo, so I can disappear into the bushes and run back to the green room.
Yeah. Was it like that when especially in summer? I used to think that all the time. You just take it off, it'd just be like, just steaming.
Oh mate, yeah, it was peak summer in Queensland. Brutal. In those black suit costumes, and they do have limits as to how long you can stay in the costumes for, depending on the temperatures. So they look after you, and you do have a lot of breaks. If it's a hot day in summer, you're only in the costume for 15 minutes, and then you're back and cooling down in the aircon for 20, 25 minutes, and then so it was manageable. But as soon as you step out and you're in that with that sun hitting you, and it's pretty challenging. And then you got to stay in character and try and not think about that. But like I said before, it just set me up for the movies, because the same thing with movies are a little bit less forgiving with time and costumes and stuff. So like back then I thought, oh, that was hard. I was doing 15, 20 minutes in the costume, and then mate, I was fighting as Kabal for I think about 10 hours straight in costume. Brutal. No breaks, just like literally on your feet fighting. All right, change angle, boom, boom, boom. That was like one of the hardest days on set for me. I remember just sitting. We shot all night, and I remember just like after I think we like got the last sort of fight beats, and I just remember just sitting down and just taking a moment, just going, holy shit, how do we do that? It was tough.
Man, yeah, when you think of it like that, that's, and you're a fit dude too. Like I've seen in the reel, and you're doing this crazy stuff, and I
try to stay fit, but there's nothing. There's a certain type of, even if you're fit, you're going to do that, and you're going to, because you've got to put so much energy into it. You can't just half-ass it and go, all right, another take. You got to every take you do, you got to like have 100% energy, and
right.
Yeah,
you can't have Kabal like leaning up the wall, just going, 1 minute, man, just
yeah.
It's gonna bam, bam, bam. But of course, I mean, we're talking about Nova. You're a guest at Supanova this weekend, and man, it's going to be incredible. Just the atmosphere. You've said you've been to them before, but being a guest this time, it must be pretty special for you as well. What are you looking forward to about meeting the fans and maybe even meeting some other people you haven't met before?
I'm looking forward to totally, mate, meeting the fans and just hearing their stories or their appreciation for the characters of the game. Just hearing about that side of it. I don't quite know what to expect. I don't quite know what to expect. What sort of reaction. I'm going to be with Nathan Jones, and I'm pretty sure he'll get people know who he is. So I'm just the guy that was shared a trailer with him and was under a mask throughout the films. I'm not quite sure that what reaction I'm going to get from the guests, from the fans, but no, it's going to be cool. Yeah, and I look forward to catching up with Nathan and meeting other guests and hearing about their stories and all that. I think Lincoln Lewis is going, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I remember, like, I've shared a few like movies with him. I know, like, one of my first ever films, I think the first ever movie I did was Bait, back in like 2010. And I think he was, I know he was on that. So it's just interesting to be like, oh, right, we've done the same film and, all that jazz.
Yeah, you're going to have a few beers with him, after it wraps?
Who knows, mate? Yeah, I mean, I love a good pale ale, so
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure we'll do something like that. Yeah.
Celebrate, mate. Especially, it is something special with, of course, these cons coming back and live shows, and it is something I feel like we're heading into a really good time right now, and I think it's something to celebrate, not just the fandom, but the fact that we're all going to be together, hanging out, checking all out the toys.
Yeah, mate, totally. I look forward. Hopefully, I get the time to sort of get out there in the different stalls and have a look, and try not to spend too much money.
See, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I've just started collecting pop vinyls probably a year ago. And I'm like, oh God, why did I start?
It never
I haven't gone too crazy with those just yet.
Have they got a Kabal one yet? Have they?
No, we haven't, mate. I'm hoping it comes out. They did a Sonya, Cole Young, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero, a couple of versions of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So hopefully they do a second run.
Yep.
I imagine they'll do a Melina. They'll probably do a Liu Kang, a Kung Lao, a Kano. So hopefully there's a Kabal in there somewhere.
Put me down for one. 10.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll do a little scribble on it for you, mate.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so I was going to say, I know they're doing. They are doing. I heard. I don't know what's happened with the with it, but they are doing action figures from the movie. They're doing a toy line, so it'd be interesting to see with that. I think it's the same company that's done Mortal Kombat figures in the past. So
trying to think who was it? Was it NECA? Or was it who did the last lot? I know the ones, and they're
kind of a little bit. They're like not too ultra realistic. Like I've got what I've got one from. They released Mortal Kombat 11 figures.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same company that released those figures, but it's a different Mortal Kombat line that was released. I mean, I may be wrong. I may be talking out of my ass, but anyway, that's what I saw on line somewhere. So waiting to see what happens with that. I mean, to have my own action figure, that's like
dream, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Who's that dude in the background? So I keep seeing in the corner. There's yeah.
This is Bob. He's my punching mannequin. So practice my punching and kicks on him.
Yep.
I thought I'd just shuffle him into the background. I'm in my training. I'm in my garage at the moment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This is sort of like my man cave, and got some mats down here to work out and throw some zombie movies on the TV and lift weights, and yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna head into the wrapping up. But what's your favorite movie of all time?
And
I
feel like you're gonna say something else.
Yeah, and what would be your dream role?
Favorite movie? Maybe like Jurassic Park. Because for me, I remember going into that as a 5-year-old when it came out with my dad and just being like terrified, and then playing it on the VHS and just thinking it was amazing. So maybe Jurassic Park. Got some fond memories of that. And my dream role. I'd really like to play Hal Jordan in an iteration of Hal Jordan. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing him at Movie World. Like I because he's kind of a little bit Johnny Bravo, kind of a little bit cocky, a little bit tries to be serious, but I think overall he's a bit of a goofball. And yeah, so I think I'd like to play Hal Jordan.
Paying attention to that, DC. You're out there. Sign him up.
Yeah, come on.
That's it. Hey, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. But in the meantime, we'll see you at Supanova in Brisbane. Tickets are available right now, and we'll have all the links down here. Brother, thanks for hanging out. Even though you're down the road, we should have been having a sneaky pint. But, mate, I will see you there.
Sounds good, mate. Well, yeah, I look forward to meeting you in person. Come up and say hi, and to all the fans coming along to Supanova, come say hi and get a photograph and have a chat. That'd be great. I look forward to meeting everyone.